Oh, you're a leprechaun. All righty then. Show me your pot of gold. Don't be taking mine.
I took yours.
I brought my own pot of gold right here.
Oh.
So you have to really be careful around it, because you can't let somebody steal it.
I can steal it.
All right, young lady. All right.
We filled out Leprechaun applications.
You did? Well, then I might have to read them and decide if we're going to have a leprechaun. This young lady here.
We caught a leprechaun before.
You did? Where was he?
He was in the kitchen. We heard a loud boom.
Oh.
And then we heard the dogs barking. We went in the kitchen. He was standing up that tall.
And you went and caught him? Not very many people get to do that. Did you find his pot of gold? Ah, get that next time. Just a minute. There was a young man over here had his hand up. Hello, Smiley. You forgot already. So great. Happens to me all the time. All right. We don't have time for a lot of questions. So, all right, young lady.
Were you outside at recess?
I was coming in the front door, and a lot of people were thinking I was silly looking. What do you think?
No, I like it.
Do I look silly?
No.
Good answer. All right, one more question, because this young man has had his hand up for a while.
How do you get it if I got it?
Well, if I knew, I'd have to tell you. Well, of course. I can't tell you, because then you'd go get them all, and I wouldn't find any more. But it takes a lot of doing, and we're actually going to find out here. So can I read you a story?
Yes.
All righty then. You're all such a fine bunch.
I
You love this book? All right, then you know the story. All righty then. This is Jack and the Leprechauns. All right, here we go. Jack Mouse was invited to a very special St. Patrick's Day party. It was very far away from his home. Welcome to Ireland, his cousin Sean said. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Jack was happy to be there. He'd come a very long way. There will be music and dancing and lots of food at the St. Patrick's Day party, said Sean. And there will be plenty of new things to see and do. Maybe, if we're lucky, someone might even catch Liam the Leprechaun this year. Who is Liam the Leprechaun? Asked Jack. Every St. Patrick's Day, Liam the Leprechaun appears with a pot of gold in one hand and a stout oak club called a shillelagh in the other. If someone catches him, he has to give him his pot of gold. But nobody has caught him yet. So keep an eye out, cousin. When they got to the house, Aunt Brid and Uncle Fergal were very happy to see Jack, and so were all his cousins. "See male faulty," they cried. That's Gaelic for 100,000 welcomes. That's a lot of welcomes. They must mean it, don't you think?
Yeah.
I do too. That's Gaelic. Gaelic is the oldest language in Ireland. "Oh," said Jack. "Thank you. We have a very important job for our very important guest," Aunt Brid said. "We need you to fill this basket with shamrocks. The three-leaf shamrock plant is the symbol of St. Patrick himself, and we couldn't have the party without it." Jack went into the woods to look for shamrocks. He looked, and he looked, and he didn't see any shamrocks at all. "They must be around here somewhere," thought Jack. He went deeper and deeper into the woods. "I think we have some other leprechauns right out there. Hello there, wee ones. How are ya?
You're a leprechaun.
Hello. Are you having a good day, are ya?"
Yeah, we're on a treasure hunt to find your pot of gold.
"Oh, well, I've got one here, but I hear there's more of them out there. So you go looking."
There's another one. We gotta go find it.
All right. The woods got thicker. The woods got darker. Jack was about to give up when he looked at the ground and saw shamrocks everywhere.
Do you like shamrocks?
He would have his basket filled in no time. I like them. And if you find a 4-leaf shamrock, do you know what that is?
Lucky.
Good luck, isn't it? All righty. "Tee-hee, to-ho." "What was that?" asked Jack. He looked around, but he didn't see anything. Tee-hee-hee, to-ho-ho! There was that sound again. Jack turned and saw a little man with a red beard in a green suit and a green hat. And the little man had a wooden club in one hand and a pot of gold in the other. That must be Liam the Leprechaun, Jack thought. That pot of gold will be mine if I catch him. But with a tee-hee-hee and a to-ho-ho, Liam sprinted away. Hey, Jack yelled, hold on. Jack ran after him as fast as he could. Jack chased Liam the Leprechaun out of the woods. He chased him across the fields and over the streams and all the way back to the village. Jack jumped over a wall and suddenly, crash! He ran smack into someone, but it wasn't Liam the Leprechaun. Uncle Fergal, said Jack. Well, of course it is me, Uncle Fergal said. Where are you off to when there's a party waiting at home? I was trying to catch a leprechaun, Jack said. Leprechauns? Faith and begor, Uncle Fergal laughed. Don't you have better things to do than chase after imaginary creatures? Do you even know that today is St. Patrick's Day? March 17th is the biggest day of celebration in Ireland, continued Uncle Fergal. Now, enough of this foolishness. Come with me. But, Jack began. Uncle Fergal didn't even hear him. The whole town's getting ready for St. Patrick's Day, said Uncle Fergal. There's Mrs. Murphy baking the traditional soda bread. And there's Mr. O'Brien getting the children ready for the parade. And Miss Fitzgerald is knitting a special green sweater. Green is the national color of Ireland, you know. But what about leprechauns, Jack asked. What about pots of gold? Ah, you silly mouse, said Uncle Fergal. There are no such things as leprechauns. But then, out of the corner of his eye, Jack saw Liam. There he is, Jack yelled, as he raced away. Tee-hee-hee-hee, to-ho-ho-ho, sang Liam the Leprechaun. Then suddenly, Liam tripped and fell. Gotcha, said Jack as he grabbed Liam's arm. But the leprechaun just laughed. Why, Jack, don't you recognize your own cousin? Jack looked closer. It wasn't Liam at all, it was his cousin Sean. Before he knew it, Jack was laughing too. Suddenly Sean stopped laughing. We're late for the party, he said. And I still have got to get the shamrocks, Jack said. Let's go. So off they ran, that's right, picking as many shamrocks as they could along the way. When they got to the house, the party was just starting. There was music and dancing and lots of food. The mayor played the traditional St. Patrick's Day song, Danny Boy. Oh, Danny Boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. And everybody clapped. Just before the sun went down, there was at the door. There on the front steps was a surprise. It was the next best thing to a pot of gold. It was a pot of cheese from Liam the Leprechaun, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Good job. So, is there anything else you want to know? One or two questions? All right, who hasn't had a chance? This young lady over here. Take a deep breath again. It'll come to you.
Do you think that every St. Patrick's Day there will be at least one person to find a pot of gold or a leprechaun?
Well, I certainly hope so. Because then it would be a great thing for him, don't you think? Yeah.